big sound in a small town, far away from the big city lights, making music every night. Good music with all our friends. Tell everybody, tell your mama and them, we're going out and we're getting down. A big sound in a small town. A big sound in a small town. A big sound in a small town. A big sound in a small town.
Hi, and welcome to Big Sound Small Town. I'm your host, Sandy Carlton, and this is a podcast about the lives and stories of the musicians, writers, artists, and their associates that have their roots in the small towns and communities across America. If you like what you hear, tell somebody. Enjoy.
Your sins no better than mine. We all bleed the same bread. We're all pushing for the same deadline. We're all starving for bread. These demons dance upon my shoulders. These feelings playing tricks on me. This world keeps making me colder, and I'm starting to freeze. I get so lost, trying to find my way to the promised land. I'm doing the best I can. These lines tend to get a little blurry. Sometimes black and white fades to gray. Time seems to be stuck in a hurry, waiting for tomorrow, yesterday. I get so lost, trying to find my way to the promised land. I'm doing the best I can. So lost, trying to find my way to the promised land. I'm doing the best I can. My name is Kacey Philips. I was born and raised here in Shelby, North Carolina, and so proud of it.
Well, it's a good place. It's a music community.
Sure is, and I couldn't be a part of a more supportive community and everything that Shelby has grown
Yeah.
in the past couple of years is amazing.
It is amazing. I mean, you want to start talking about your family actually has a pretty vested interest in music in this community, right?
Oh yes, my hero, Papa Buster Kendrick.
Yes.
He's the biggest inspiration to me. I mean, he let me borrow guitars and just anytime I was around, always teaching me something.
Yeah.
Never,
Right.
never didn't learn anything around him.
Was he like your guitar teacher?
Oh, yeah.
Or did you just you learn on your own and then go to Buster and say, "Hey, I need help with this"? Or
No, he was pretty much my teacher.
my teacher? Well, that's a good teacher. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
how lucky could you be to have that?
He just, I mean, all the guitars in his house, I was like, what is that? As
Oh,
a little
yeah.
girl, and he'd pick
Right.
it up and pick around, and I just fell in love. And it wasn't, it didn't take much for him to be like, take one of them things home.
Oh yeah.
So I did, and I'd just sit around and mess at it, not knowing
Right.
what the heck I was doing. But next time I'd see Papa, he'd teach me, the basic chords and
That's great.
just learn a little bit here and there every time around him. So,
Were you singing then too?
oh no.
Okay. I mean, so you were learning the guitar first.
Yeah, and he had my great grandma's piano there too,
Right.
so that was always a fun
Right.
thing to get on. But
Yeah.
mostly just playing around on music and listening to music, and
Did you and Buster play together?
we have a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, you're someone kin to you also has another venture here, music venture here in Cleveland County, right?
Who's that?
Somehow you were tied to the Vintage Dog, right?
Oh yes, yes.
Yes,
that
we got to cover that too.
Yes. So proud of them. Representing the Vintage Dog. Hey Angie, hey Chris. But yeah, if not for them, I don't even think I would have a band, to be honest.
Really?
Because we honestly, the stage back at the Homeland was originally built for Papa when he
Right.
turned 80. And it was kind of just supposed to be in honor of him, just, hang out by the fireplace
Right.
and music, pick and grin. Well, we were doing that about every weekend, and Angie actually asked us before their opening if we would, come play
Right.
for their soft opening. I'm
Right.
like, Angie, we're not even a band. Like, we just did this out of quarantine, really.
Right,
just
yeah.
to have fun. And I asked everybody, and they were like, well, I guess we need to come up with a name or something. So we're sitting around looking at the little signs on the stage, and somehow came up with Steel Roots. But there we were, and it wasn't a couple weeks later we played there, and then it's been on ever since.
That's good. I mean, that's great. So, see, you really are vested in this community musically.
Yes, I'm very blessed, very thankful.
Actually, Buster had told me when he did the podcast, he told me about you, and that I should keep my eye on you and what was going to happen.
Well,
And
I'll never amount to him. But
no one, that's okay. Nobody does. I mean, Buster's a legend and one of a kind. But there's plenty of room in music between Buster and there's enough. There's
Yeah.
enough to go around. You can play a lot of music and not have to be as good as Buster.
Well, it's fun, and it makes
Well,
me happy.
While we're at it, just tell me about your band.
Well, it's actually made up of me and my sister. She's playing the bass, Kendra Johnson. My dad, Andrew Johnson's playing the fiddle. Another friend, we call her Francisco because her name is also Kacey
Okay.
Wilson. But she plays the slap box and sings vocals too. And then, Phil McCraw, Molly
do,
McCraw,
yeah.
he's playing mandolin.
Yeah.
And we just got Chuck Mooney on, who's Fran's stepdad. So it's kind of like a big family.
Yeah, kind of a big family band.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I do like that about it.
Yeah, that is really cool. Well, and I guess now I guess y'all have played together back and forth in one combination or the other a bunch of different times, right?
Yeah. It's about a year and a half now, I think, that we just started playing in public. So.
Right. But I mean, y'all played together in different combinations a lot.
Well, Chuck and Molly, they actually never played around with us like before,
Right.
like just at the stage.
Yeah.
But, you know, after it started a little bit, I seen Molly out, and he's an old childhood friend's dad of mine. So I was
Right.
like, "Are you still playing the mandolin?" And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, "No, I ain't had that thing out in years." I said, "Well, we need to change that, and you need to get down at the stage."
Right.
And sure enough, he showed up and never left. So
Oh, that's great. I mean, he's a good musician. You know, I noticed he hadn't played a lot in a while. It's good to see him back playing.
yeah,
I'm always for people. People quit playing a lot of times for a lot of different reasons, but it's always good to see them get back to playing.
yeah,
You know.
it's like a therapy to me. So
Oh, it is. I mean, I try to tell people all the time that I don't need a therapist. I have a musical instrument, you know, and their musical instruments are best friends too. You know, when
Yep.
everything else goes wrong, they don't judge you. They
Right.
don't. They don't. They do kind of talk back to you some, but.
the good kind of talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, well, it is. I guess you get plenty of support to do this.
I do. I couldn't do it without all of that. My husband and of course God and all of my family's just everybody's been awesome.
That's good because it takes support because it's music is full of a lot of beautiful things, but it is full of a lot of ugly things too. So if you don't have support, it's kind of hard to do it.
Yeah. I know I wouldn't be doing it if not for all the support, because I was always very, very shy. Like, if not for Pawpaw, he had asked me to play. I think he opened up for the Chuck Wagon.
Yeah,
Gang.
Chuck. Yeah, he used to play with Chuck Wagon Gang, didn't he?
Yeah, and he opened up for them and asked me to play, and I was like, this was probably 2013, and it was nowhere on my radar yet. Like, I always know I love music, but
Right.
I just always thought I'd be too shy to ever pursue anything. But I was like, okay, because I can't tell him no.
Right.
But I said, where's it going to be? And he said, it's just going to be at a old church
Yeah.
in Boston. And I said, so not a lot of people? And he said, no, just a little church.
Yeah.
Well, we're sitting there, and I had never seen so many people. They were pulling
Sure.
in chairs. People were sitting on the floor.
Come see the Chuck Wagon Gang.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had a big act for a long time.
Well, I lost every recollection of words and rhythm and everything, but thank goodness he, pulled me through. So.
Yeah, well, now are you as shy? Are you more outgoing now that you play and sing?
I'd say a lot more than I used to be.
Yeah.
We'd just be sitting around a fire and somebody would be like, Casey, get your guitar out, and I'd be like, eh.
Yeah, I've
But-
kind of always been that way too.
But
Actually, I talk to a lot of people, but yeah, I would say I'm more of an introvert than an extrovert.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. And particularly musically, I played a lot with a lot of different people, but you know how there's musicians always looking to run around and play every opportunity they get.
Mm-hmm.
Someone wants to come and get up on stage with you, and you know they're a musician. I never do that,
Yeah, well, I have a hard time. I like to let people, but
Oh, I let people, but I don't do it,
yeah, I try to keep everything in check. I don't want to get it,
When people come and say, Sandy, come play with us. And it's like, no, man, I don't do that. I'll come watch you guys, but I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Or if you come, bring an instrument. No, I'm not going to do that. And here of late, since the pandemic, I've gotten to see more musicians that I know play than I did before, because if you're working as a musician, you don't see anybody play. I mean, you're working, so.
well, that's a good positive to all this, I guess.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but now here of late, since I'm not playing as much, I've seen some people,
Yeah.
and it's kind of fun.
I feel like it's getting back.
It is
going.
getting back. I just hope it can stay back. I get worried where we're going with that, you know. I mean, we're going to get things rolling and then we're going to go backwards. It scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
But it'll be what it'll be.
It will be, for sure.
Well, are you guys going to record?
Possibly down the road. We're just kind of having fun with it right now and
Right.
just still learning each other and learning
Right.
life.
Are you plan to continue this as part of your life?
Definitely in some,
Some form or another,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
That's good.
I
That is
plan to
really
always
good.
have some sort of music. I really enjoy writing a lot, so I never pictured myself in a band,
Right.
but it's been very fun.
Well, yeah, let's talk about songwriting a little bit. That is, I know that better than I know music, I think, because I've done a lot of that over the years. That's a real personal thing.
Yeah, that's a real therapy right there.
It is. It is a real therapy.
Yeah.
You know, I've sit around and had a whole room full of things I started,
Oh, yeah.
paper laying around everywhere. I have envelopes, but well, now I have a phone, so I don't have to do that. But used to, I would write on anything if an idea came to me. Whatever laid around that, you know, if it came. But cell phones are neat. Now you
Yeah.
can just, and if something comes to you in the middle of the night, you can just reach over there and do that.
That's what I was about to say. That's the one convenient thing about it.
It is.
Because that's when it comes to you, when you're sleeping or
It
driving.
does. It does. And if you don't address it right then
Then it's gone.
or you can get part of it back, but not
Yeah.
all of it. Oh yeah, you know, that's non-musicians don't realize this, but you know, it takes the partner of a musician. I have this theory that partners of musicians and sound men get a free pass to heaven, because that's hard. I mean, okay, you're laying there and all of a sudden you have this idea. Well, I'm going to get up and write it. Well, somebody has to go to work the next day or something. You know, it's like, I'm still getting up and doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Or sometimes you write songs about your partner, you know, and they're not always positive songs, you know?
But you got to get it out there.
Yeah, you do. I mean, and, you know, I've heard, oh, you're going to go off and write a song about this, aren't you? Yeah, probably I am. And, you know, and I used to get, you just go out of the way to mess things up so you have something to write about, right? That's not the case. It's not the case. But it is kind of hard to write when you're exceedingly happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've actually just got out of like a long rut of writer's block just because.
Oh, that happens to you because you're happy.
Yeah. And nothing to complain about. but
I
then
know.
You'll look around at other people's situations in the world and stuff.
And that's how you kind of draw, as it goes along. I've kind of learned that it doesn't have to be about me. It can be about somebody I know, and now I just transfer it.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, and that's the thing too. I've written songs since I was like 10 years old, and you think you run out of ideas, and then you go spaces and spells where nothing happens.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I get like 4 or 5 maybe in a row pretty quick in a short time span.
I love when that happens.
Oh, me too. But you have to do it when it's there too. I mean, you kind of know that it's there, so you try to take advantage of it because who knows when it's coming back.
Yep.
I
You're
mean,
right.
I mean, it's kind of I don't know how it works. I also think that there's X number of songs in it. You got this guitar, you go home, pick up a different one, you go over to Buster's and pick up one of his. You know, there might be a song waiting for you.
Well, that's very enlightening.
So I kind of believe that songs are left in instruments.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like if I'm sitting at the piano, like I'll be in this one kind of mood, and then you go play the guitar.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll get on a piano and it'll be an entirely different song than it is if I would write that same song on guitar.
Yeah, it's like, what mood do you want?
Exactly. It kind of is. Or they have guitars here for children. They have a room here in Scruggs Center where you can access musical instruments. Every time I come up here, I go in there and pick up one, hoping that,
some inspiration.
Yeah. Most of the time it doesn't happen, but it's the hope, and hope is pretty much everything.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
So but writing writing in music is a bit of a sickness too,
Oh yeah.
because you're young, it's fun. Guess what? You wind up my age or Buster's age, and it's still there, and you can't really get rid of it. I mean, you want to sometimes, it's like, but you just can't.
It's just that mindset.
It is, and it doesn't go away.
No, I see myself in a grocery store, or somebody's having a conversation with me, and sometimes.
Oh yeah,
No,
you saw that?
sorry.
Yeah. I have this friend in town, and so he got married, and his wife wanted him to quit. She really liked him being in the band when they were dating, but then they got married, and she realized that, it's not as much fun when it goes on and on and on. So she told him he had to quit, and he did, and he quit. Then she caught him cheating on her with a band, not with a person, with a band, And he would be going to band practice, and he came in one time. She said, "I've caught you." And he said, "Yeah." She said, "You're back playing with the band, right?" And he said, "Yep." She said, "You got to choose, us or music." And he said, "Well, I sure am going to miss you."
Yeah, that's kind of just part of you, I think.
It is,
You can go anywhere, even if you want to.
So, and sure enough, they divorced over that.
Wow.
She wanted him to, and he tried, but it was, he couldn't do it.
Even if he did.
He probably wouldn't be that happy.
Oh no, he'd always be missing something.
So true life story. So that's part of it. What else do we need to know?
Well, just about the band.
About the band, about you.
I'm just here having fun and living life and loving it.
It's good.
I just hope that we can, as a band or through songwriting personally, just help people.
Yeah, well, that's, songs can do that.
Whether it's just fun or it's somebody relating,
Well, it does have to continue to be fun somewhat, because then it does become a job. So, I mean, and even when it's a job, it's a more fun job than crawling under houses.
You sound like my husband. He tells me that all the time. Like,
Yeah.
sure it stays fun. And he actually crawls under houses. So.
Yeah, that's why I knew that's what he did, is the reason I said that, So, and when you do it professionally, it becomes a job, but it's still an awfully good job,
Just got to keep your mind right about it.
Yeah. I do have a good Buster story that you probably have heard.
I'd love to hear it again.
But okay, so I used to know this guy. So, and he told me the story, but I asked Buster about it. So Buster's playing at the Grand Ole Opry, and Lori Morgan. Do you know who she is?
Mm-hmm.
Lori Morgan's dad was the Opry manager at the time. So Buster gives Lori $100 bill to buy Goo Goo Clusters. And Goo Goo Clusters is a candy bar that you couldn't get in Shelby. So she buys $100 worth of Goo Goo Clusters.
Well, that's where they came from, because I remember growing up, there were moon pies and Goo Goo Clusters everywhere.
And that was when $100 would have bought 1,000 Goo Goo Clusters. And he said for years he would find them everywhere,
Well, they were there, I remember.
That's funny.
Yeah, that don't surprise me one bit.
Well, that's, so that's a pretty good story, because she goes on to become a big country singer herself, and And Buster has goo-goo clusters for
Yeah.
probably the rest of his life, you know.
I'm sure I could find one now.
Yeah, you probably could. So that is a fun story about him. So you see what you have in store for you. Your kids might wind up with something like that sometime. You just never know. Well, I do appreciate you taking the time and coming and letting everybody know about you, know about your band.
Well, I appreciate you having me. It's been an honor.
All right, thank you.
I've let you down 1,000 times, but you forgive 1,000 more. Let me go, you probably should, but you don't want to. There's a million reasons why that you should close and lock that door. Throw the key away for good. It's still wide open. 'Cause there's no storm too strong, and no road too long, no mistake too wrong that you can't handle. And there's a light in you that puts a fight in me. You're inviting me to come with you. Can you help me to find my place in your saving grace? A brand new day, a brand new start. Still I'm stuck in yesterday, because I'm stuck inside a lie you never told me. And I keep working overtime for a debt already paid. You tell me that I can't buy something free, 'cause there's no storm too strong, and no road too long, no mistake too wrong that you can't handle. And there's a light in you that puts a fight in me. You're inviting me to come with you. Can you help me to find my place in your saving grace?